Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Off play action. Here's Goff. Sliding out of the pocket. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Finds Gibbs on a check down. And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Montgomery is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard.
They try again with Montgomery. And this time he is in. David Montgomery, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Fighting to the ball carrier there was Carlton Davis, and he finishes that play off. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On play action, here's Nix. To the right side, he's got Vele. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Again, Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Goff now looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown! Sam Laporta from 3 yards out. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Nix to the air. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Javonte Williams from 13 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Goff. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. Goff now looking to throw. Right side to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break here. Goff. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Bates' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Back to the air with Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. In motion, the tight end. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll get this down to the 32.
First down, Broncos.
Now it's Nix. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Nix from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Working out of the gun is Nix. That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this...
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They give it to Williams running right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marvin Mims, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Lutz with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Lions 17. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. A gain of 3, second down. Here's Goff. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Lions 17. Will Lutz to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 23.
This is 1st and 10. In search of redemption from the pick six. Goff. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot.